What is up, everybody? Back with another video. I just want to get on here and say that, yeah, peep the beast hair, looks cool. But I'm gonna start documenting myself, my thoughts. It's like a digital diary for myself, and then yeah, like for people to see, and you watch, and you can grow from it and everything. So that being said, it's 7:48. Just got done trading. Took an L today on my funded. I lost 430 simply because of human emotion. Was feeling FOMO, and that FOMO made me lose a trade. And then the second trade I took was literally like a revenge trade, but it was the right idea. I originally wanted shorts, and I had taken, this was my third trade. My first trade was break even, then my second was the long that was revenge, and then the third trade was the one, my last trade of the day. So these are my trades. I'll show my trades, and yeah, I'll give my opinion on them. So this is my first trade. I got stop break even. Honestly, I really could have just taken profits. I got edged by $1.25 on the S&P 500. So that's my trade. We displaced all morning long. We dumped all morning long. So I was just waiting for a rebalance. I like that retrace, and then yeah. Okay, and then this is my long. It's so forced. It was so forced, and just really not happy with it. We had an SMT on the higher time frame. Thought maybe we wanted to rebalance higher, but the entry was lower, and yeah, shouldn't have taken the long. But that's my long. Literally stopped out in 3 minutes. Just wasn't really smart decision making, but it's all good. Then this was my short. It wasn't the worst short, but very tight stop. It actually never ended up playing out, and we ended up taking the high, so I feel a little better about trailing. So since I lost that first initial trade, I had a way tighter stop and was essentially revenge trading because I was trying to make the money back. Well, the trade idea was good. But like the sizing was improper. And honestly, if I traded NASDAQ, I would have never been stopped, and I would have hit take profit. But you live and you learn. I honestly took it on ES just because of the way we filled the 5-minute gaps. Or that had a 5-minute gap and NASDAQ didn't. So I saw that, and I just felt more comfortable taking on S&P 500 when, honestly, if I took it on NASDAQ, would have banged. But like I said, you can say would have or would have, but yeah. So this was the short, and it's really not that bad. Powell's speaking right now, so the price action is a bit choppy. It's a bit crazy right now, and yeah, heading into the morning, I didn't exactly want to see shorts, but like if you can see that on both the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, Trump had tweeted like the war's gonna end, blah blah blah. That's a 1 minute. This is a 1 minute chart, and the wick is that crazy. He said the war was gonna end and that there was gonna be a deal, but then then he said he was gonna bomb the heck out of Iran. So market didn't like that, obviously, and then we trailed up, and honestly, I should have looked at this, but it's a good 50 percentile of that, so it's like it became a rejection block, if you see that, and that should have been the indicator. But yeah, you live and you learn. So this is my trading day for 3/30/26. I'm gonna upload this, but I'll also upload like I'll upload maybe I'm gonna talk to, but I just want a digital diary of like kind of how I was feeling. Like I wrote in my journal that the long was FOMO. It was simply like I was like I FOMO'd into the long because I was like, oh shoot, like I gotta stop breaking in on short, and it's something hard. But yeah, let me show you the trade I took on my eval. On 2 evals to get them to 1500 on Lucid. Bro, really simple. Really simple. Yeah, I hit, not gonna lie, a little negative RR, but it was just to those internal lows. We had inversed a 3-minute gap. Yeah, and like I said, we got stopped out right before that on the S&P 500 on my funded accounts. And yeah, I knew the draw was lower. I knew we wanted to go deeper, but so that's a little recap of my training session from 3/30/26. I lost $430, but yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'm always free for questions. I'm always free to help people, and yeah, I believe that this process is maybe honestly, I probably should have hopped off the chart. If I'm being honest, I probably should have hopped off the chart after my first break even, just because price was already extended so much. We ended up like literally market open. We dumped 241% on the Nasdaq, and then we dumped 0.8%, so like 56 points. Like, and this accumulation right here, that's gonna happen. So yeah, I mean, that's something I gotta learn. But I'm proud of myself. I stuck to my rules. Other than that FOMO trade, that I followed my rules 100%. Yeah. So it's not really like a day. When you take a loss, you have to just be able to accept it and move on. And that's something I've been struggling with personally. I would take a loss and flip out, and I like I know in the past videos I reached my goals for February, and then I flipped out because I took like a FOMO loss, and that's the worst type of losses because it's not your strategy, and it's not like not your it's just not you. So that those are hard to take, but I'm proud of myself today. I believe it's a win that I only lost 430. I take it as a win, and yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, peace.